doing great, man. I'm doing great. Oh, that's kind of a wacko right here. I mean, how can people just be this positive? Anyway, long story, he's the most positive guy in the city. Yeah, so I'm talking to him. He goes, yeah, my car broke down, but so what? I don't really care. I'm getting rid of it pretty soon anyway. I said, are you really? He goes, yeah. He goes, I'm going to own a beautiful, he goes, I'm going to buy a beautiful Mercedes. I go, good for you. When's that? He goes, don't know. Just kind of tell the truth in advance here. He says, so I'm thinking, this guy's a positive guy, right? So anyway, I end up helping him. He jumps in the car, we're driving, we're talking and talking. And it's like I keep hearing this one, show me your hand with this, show me your hand with this, show me your hand with this. And I'm going, oh my gosh, the guy's missing teeth? Are you kidding me? Right? And I'm sitting there going, I don't know if I can do this. It's out in Palm Springs, the guy lives. Anyway, so I end up, okay. So I helped him do all this stuff. I set up an appointment to go show him the business, right? I drive to Riverside. He lives in a double wide trailer. He has 6 children and his wife. All right? So I go there, I knock on the door. He opens the door. Come on in! Come on in! So I go in his double wide trailer. He's got 6 kids, they're probably age 6 to 0 almost. I mean, it's just, you know, maybe 10 to 4. I don't know, but just tons of kids running all over the place. I go, this is going to be hard to show this business to him. He goes, don't worry about it, I got to take care of it. He opens one of the bedroom doors. He's got 2 bags of potato chips. He throws them in the bedroom. All 6 kids charging after him, slamming the door behind him. And he goes, we got about 15 minutes, that's how long it takes to eat them. I said, okay, hold on. I'm serious about this story. So we jump down, we get on the table, so I'm showing him this, I'm showing him this. And this is God's truth. I got finished showing him business. He looks up at me and starts to cry. And his wife starts to cry. Now this man is missing teeth. He's got this crazy lifestyle. His house is just a destruction. He's got 6 kids. And he starts to cry and he says, this is my chance. This is my hope. And I'm sitting there going, oh my gosh, I gotta cut a video of this or something. Look at his Facebook, man. I'd be shooting this thing right. We didn't have any of that stuff. But I'm sitting there, and he literally got emotional. Long story short, the guy built a multi-million-dollar animal business. He lived in a $5 million home. All of his kids went to college. They went to college in America. Right? He got teeth. Beautiful. But you know, I never forget the first time he spoke on stage. And I looked at him, and he was in this beautiful tuxedo, and his wife was very obese. And she had gotten in shape, and she was beautiful, and she's standing on stage. She's got 6 children there. And I'll never forget, I'm sitting in the audience, and I'm getting all emotional, because I'm thinking, nobody here knows what I know when I saw him that night coming on the road from Palm Springs. And I saw him when I shared the crazy Amway business with him. Amway, soap, you know, toothpaste, deodorant. Are you kidding me? How much lifestyle gets changed from deodorant? You know, but I'm sitting in that audience watching him share these. He's articulate. He's talking about how, you know what he was? He was a DNA guy with no teeth. He really was. He was a DNA guy with no teeth. That his whole life, I think he was 32 at that time, was just looking for a shot. He wanted a chance. He had the DNA. He got it. Nobody gave him a shot. And he said, you know what? You know what he did? He drove a truck. That's what he drove an 18-wheeler across the country, away from his kids, just to make a living. And you know what? Somebody sat down with him and said, hey, so I went up to the dreams attic of his life, and I pulled out the trunk, and I put the dreams on the table, and this guy started crying, going, this is what I've been looking for in my life. See, no matter how much money I ever made in Amway, how many beautiful cars I drove, how many vacations I went on, my $5 million home, none of that meant anything like the day I sat on that stage and watched that man up there on that stage and know what it did to his lifestyle and to him. And then how many people's lives he had affected. So if you start to understand that he was in life growing up, how important was your coach? Okay, Wade Phillips I'm not necessarily a Dallas Cowboy fan, but Wade Phillips just got fired. Why did he get fired? He was not a good coach. Right? I'm sorry. You know, the next week the guy wins. I'm not saying that Wade might not have won that week, but when you coach, you have to win as a coach. And if you call yourself a coach in this business, then you need to win as a coach. And so many of us bring people players, because if you're new, if you're sitting here today, and you've decided to just get started with Beachbody, you're really not a coach. You're a player on your coach's team. Right? Once you bring somebody in your business, you become a coach. But in the beginning, you're a player. And so if you're my player, I better coach you, so you know how to win in this business. When I played baseball and I coached my son growing up and my kids, I didn't show up at practice, throw a ball out on the field, and say, I'll be back in 3 hours. Good luck, you guys. You know, have a good practice. Because they all would have sat around and probably laughed and done goofy things and probably hit each other with bats or done crazy things because they didn't know what to do. Well, all the way up through my son played college baseball, went to Omaha College World Series, and their coaches were phenomenal, and they knew how to coach kids to win. And it was more than just coaching them in fundamentals, it was coaching them in chemistry. And what they were about, and knowing their social styles, and knowing their personalities, and how do I encourage this player, how do I encourage this player. That's all part of it, right? So if you're here this morning and you're a coach, then step up and coach. And quit signing people up in this business and then just letting them, hopefully they're going to make it. Okay, most of the time if you sign them up and you don't coach them, they're not going to make it. Now, I don't want to lay a guilt trip on you today, but there are coaches in your business right now that have suffered because you didn't coach them. Right? I guarantee you that. Now, does that mean that they would have had success? I don't know. But we're going to talk about how to go re-engage some of those coaches today also. But there's people that get started. I was talking to Michelle driving over here. And Michelle was saying she heard Chalene Johnson on a talk, and she said, don't be one of those coaches that's pushy. Okay? I get that. I get that. But you don't push in this business. Because to push, you have to get behind them and do this. What you do is you get in the front and you lead. And when you lead, people follow you. There's a big difference. I want to lead, but I'm going to lead strong. I'm going to set up a precedent for me to lead, and if you want to follow, you follow, but we're going somewhere. But I'm not going to push you, but I'm going to lead you. And for most of us in this business, most of the coaches I meet around the country, if this is the line, and this is pushy, you're back here. You need to get up here, because we're just so afraid to tell them what to do. If you bring me in the business, and you're my coach, tell me what to do. Don't make me figure it out for myself. I've never been in network marketing. I don't know how to build this business. Treat me like an employee. Tell me what to do. And we're afraid to do that. Well, why would I tell them to do it? It's their business. Because that's what leaders do. Right? So determine that you're going to be a leader. Decide to lead in your business. Because it is your business. Where you are 90 days from today is based on what you do. And I realize that this is my business. You know, my first year in Amway, I had 500 people in my group. I sponsored 30. Out of 30, we don't succeed. So we take their dream away. Because now they're watching us. And they watch you go diamond. And they watch you sit at diamond for a year. And they go, if she's sitting at diamond for a year, what am I ever going to do? She's so much better than me today. She has more talent. She has more ability. So they get discouraged. And you say, well, you know, it's like these professional athletes when they say, oh, you know, I'm a professional athlete, but I'm not a role model. Don't consider me a role model. It's like, what are you talking about? And when you talk about life, the integrity and the character of your life is who you are, whether you decide to be a role model or not. So when you get in this business, it's not like, well, you can build it, be successful, but don't watch me because I have problems and I'm not really building it right now. But you go build it. Are you kidding me? Then shut up and stay home and quit leading. Because that's not what leaders do. And you know what? I know I'm kind of being strong this morning. That's kind of who I am. That's kind of what I do. Right? And if the shoe fits, wear it. And if it bothers you, that's probably a good sign because it probably means you need to hear what I'm saying. Sometimes people say, I think you came and talked just to me today. I probably did. I probably flew all the way here and God sent me just for you and I to talk. We could have sat in the room back there. We could have gotten along great. Right? But it's true. But all this is true. So I want to give you these buddies. All his little buddies on the street, they had a bunch of people. They were all riding their bikes 2 wheels, and he was feeling like, and my kid's one of the most competitive kids in the world. And he's going, Dad, I got to get my 2 wheels. You know, he's like bugging me every day. Dad, I got it. I said, finally, okay, we're going to do it. So he's helping me. He's a little mechanic guy. So we get a wrench, we take his training wheels off. Right? Now he's looking. He's got these beautiful blue eyes. He's looking up at me like, and I can see him thinking, Dad, I don't think I can do this. But he's looking at me and says, Dad, can I do this? Can I do this? Can I do this? And I realized, well, that little guy's full of a lot of doubt right now. So I keep saying, yes, you can, son, yes, you can. He didn't believe he could do it. He believed in me. See the difference? He didn't believe he could ride that bike 2-wheel at this age, at this time, but he believed in me because, Dad, if you're saying I'm going to do it, you're not going to, God, you love me, Dad, you're not going to let me die out there. So I'm going to trust in you, Dad. That's what our coaches do. You say, I'm going to sign you up in the business. Okay, you know what I'm doing. Everybody says it doesn't work, but they're looking at you, right? They're sitting there staring at you. And you're going, yeah, it's okay, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. They don't think they can. But you tell them they can, they believe you. They're believing you. So I get my son, so how do we do it? I put him on the bike. I said, just start pedaling. Dad's got you. So I got my hands around the race, and we're going down the street. Pretty soon I take my hands off. And he's going, whoa, Dad, 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 Dad. He's like, when you go up, you grab him again. Right? You run a little bit further with him. Well, it takes 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or whatever. All of a sudden, you take your hands off, and the kid's 100 yards down the road. Going, yes! And then you don't see him for 18 years. They never come back.